Hey guys, how's it going? Let's get right into it. Today, we've got the LEGO Ninjago City set from the LEGO Ninjago movie. This set is meant to give off the same aesthetic as some of the buildings in the movie that came out in 2017. There is 4,867 pieces in this set, and I really like it how the set has different levels. They've got the bottom, which is meant to represent old Ninjago City. The middle section is meant to be like a retail section, and then the top is meant to be a high-rise sushi bar kind of feel. There's also Lloyd Garmadon's house, where he lives with his mother, to the side, and there's different colours throughout, which I really enjoy. You get a wide range of minifigures in this set. It's almost like a people pack with how it's got different types. There's your fisherman type people, retail people, and just some Ninjago-esque characters. There's a lot of bags in this set. I counted them all up and there was 41 bags of pieces. The build was really fun. It kept changing up throughout the course of the build, using different colours and different building techniques, which I think comes from the different layers of traditional style architecture versus the newer stuff. I also enjoy how the set is built off of a base plate similar to the way that the modular buildings are, so this could be easily placed into a city setup right alongside these ones, but it is also different in how it is absolutely massive. If you were to put this set next to any other set that LEGO has released, it will absolutely tower over it. Maybe with the exception of the Eiffel Tower or one of those wind turbines, but this set is absolutely huge. The set following that modular style of building is also easy to take apart, so you can see the fully kitted out interiors of the buildings. And with that, I guess I better get to showing you inside the building. We'll start at the first level, which is Old Ninjago, and comprises of a few buildings, a market, some docks, and a nice little open water area where you can bring the fishermen in with their cargo. The mosaic of tiles that is meant to represent the water in the port was really one of the most relaxing parts of the build, and I really do like how they use the different colours of base plate underneath to represent the depth underneath the transparent tiles. The fish market is a rather open plan structure with a few bins there for you to put some seafood in, and I really like the awning that is attached that is actually crowbars all connected to one rod, and you can really maneuver it to how you like. In a building to the side there is a little charging port for a character called Sweep, which is a little cleaner robot. Moving upstairs we move on to some rooms with some very oriental inspired decor. One is a little tea room and the other is a meditation or sleeping area. The set also includes a lot of foliage pieces that makes the water area feel more alive. This is great for me because I've been collecting foliage pieces like this because I really enjoy doing naturescapes out of LEGO. Moving on to the second level now, we've got the retail area of the build. We've got a few shops here. We've got the comic book shop, the crab restaurant, and a small little placard area for movie posters. The crab restaurant, in my opinion, was the coolest part of the build. The way you put the studs into the little transparent bricks to give that bubbling effect on the windows, the crab with the positional arms out the front, the cool stove, which is quite a little impressive mechanism behind there. There are two crabs in the stove, one cooked and one uncooked, and the switch out the back when twisted decides which one is visible when you lift up the stove top. The switch is kept in place by a rubber band, and I would say the mechanism is great because it hasn't broke once while I've been using it. And all of this is placed into a nice little restaurant setting with plenty of bar seats for customers and room behind the bar for the chef to be cooking. Moving on, we have a small comic book shop with a nice brick built sign out the front. It's got a detachable roof, and inside there is game cartridges, small micro figures that are meant to represent action figures, and tradable cards. I also can't help but wonder if the minifigure inside is based off of the comic book guy off of The Simpsons. What do you guys think? Right next to the comic book shop is a nice build for an ATM, which is one of the best that I've seen included in a set in a while, as it has the ability to push out multiple money printed tiles. Quite a few tiles are loaded into the storage area of the ATM, and the mechanism out the back is once again operated with a rubber band, but I feel as though this one doesn't work as well as the crab mechanism because it tends to break when jammed. There is also a nice little placard area for movie posters. You can remove one quite easily and others are stored behind it. There is 4 in total included in this set, and I can't help but wonder if this little placard movie poster area is meant to represent some sort of advertisement for the Palace Nova modular building, because the areas look quite similar in colouring and design. And if so, that is really cool for world building within a Lego city. And just above that we have a bit more of a facade and a clothing store. This little retail clothing store is a really interesting part of the build as it looks really modern with its blue carpet and wide open glass windows. It's got mobile phones on a display rack, a skateboard, a bin out the front with rice hats in it, more hats out the front, and it's got little segments on shelves that I believe are meant to represent folded up clothes. Now, this build here was the reason that I bought the set. It really caught my eye off of the box's front material, and I can really tell you that the cherry blossom build is simply beautiful. The way that it sprouts out of this building and with the different coloured pieces on there, it really pops against the rest of the building. It uses what I think is a Hero Factory arm piece as the trunk, and I feel as though this really captures the look of a cherry blossom tree. We now move on to the final segment of the build, the rooftop area. On this rooftop there is a structure that is meant to be a radio tower of some sorts, but it also contains a bathroom. Bit strange, but it's nice to have that build there. I believe the bathroom build within the radio structure is for the sushi bar that is here on top of the restaurant. The sushi train build is really good. I thought it would jam more being how it is, but it works quite effectively. There is plenty of seating at the rooftop restaurant for minifigures, and I really enjoy these little builds up here. Being a pufferfish and a squid, it's obviously meant to be some sort of advertising for the sushi bar, and although they are a little bit fiddly to build, they actually came out looking really good. Now seems like a better moment than ever to show you what's been hiding behind the facade and the movie poster area. It's actually an elevator for your minifigures. It's manual, but works pretty well. Above the area of the building where the cherry blossom sprouts out is a small apartment. This apartment is meant to be the home of Lloyd Garmadon. The building has bunk beds within it where you can put 2 minifigures quite easily. It's got a couple shelves there with what I believe are meant to be clothes and some trophies on it. And also across from the bed is actually a small desk area that had a little shelving unit above it, but I felt it was too cluttered, so I swapped that out for a small poster instead. And that's it guys, that is the entire Ninjago City build. I think it's a really good one at that, with how many pieces it has for its price. And I also really like how the set has different little styles of build within it. Like I think I can use parts from this set in another build I'm going to do, which is a little Japanese inspired village. But I'll tell you all about that later. What I want to hear from you now is what you think of this set. I really like it, but I'm keen to hear from you. And with that, I reckon it's time for me to end this video, and I will see you guys next time.